Let's see. Okay. Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to pin that message. Let's see. What's up, Markel? What's up, CL? Yeah, it is. You're right, CL. That's all the NBA is, but we're going to get into that. I wanted to let everybody say what they had to say first and, just sit back and look at it because I don't like Stephen A. Smith because he took my intro to my videos and he took it down so nobody would see it. But it's cool. I'm going to flame him because I'm getting sick and tired of his no hairline having butt being able to talk about players the way he does, but then doesn't have the gall to open his mouth about certain players. But we going to get into him. Because a lot of people are falling for the banana in the tailpipe when it comes to Steven, a.k.a. the guy off of the Django Unchained, Samuel's character. That's Steve. And then you got these Sambo dudes or the right coon dudes not really stepping up. All right. I done sent all my stuff out. People gonna come now. Kevin Durant's beef with Stephen A. Smith intensifies, and Kevin Durant says this: Steve, since you decided to use espn to push your personal agendas, I'm sure your minions will run with this story for you, but if you believe this is what my career is defined by, then you just a flat out hater. It's gonna be hard to box the God in. Now, so that's what he basically said. Now, Stephen A basically comes back and let's see. So here's here it is right here. This is what Stephen A. Smith said, and this was on halftime, I believe, or pregame.
Brooklyn Nets right now? Well, listen, as far as I'm concerned, number one, you're going to lose Harden. I don't think there's any question about that. You don't win the championship, you're going to lose Harden. That's number one. Number two, we don't know what's going to happen with the Kyrie situation because we don't know how frustrated people are going to be. Kyrie Irving is absolutely spectacular. He's box office, but in the same breath, hey, what are you going to do if he can't play consistently? Because we don't know where the mandate's going to go or anything like that. Kevin Durant's got some decisions to make. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I want to be very, very careful about what I'm saying. Because, Mama Durant might be watching, and I just want to make sure that I'm very, very clear with what I'm saying. KD, obviously, I said the other day on First Take how, you know something? If you lose, especially if Steph Curry wins and you lose, you're going to be known more for departing and electing to leave Steph Curry to join Kyrie Irving than you might be recognized for the 2 championships and the 2 NBA Finals MVP. We all love basketball, and we know how phenomenal KD is. I think he's the best in the world when healthy. That's just my personal opinion. That's how much respect I have for him. But I've been in the media for a little while. Mike Wilbon's been in the media for a little while. And there are going to be people. All I'm saying is there's going to be people, especially if Golden State wins and Brooklyn doesn't win. With all of this stuff that went on this year, that is going to look at his choice to join with Kyrie Irving and depart from Steph Curry, as opposed to staying with Steph Curry. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's right. When KD tweeted and said it was egregious for me to say that on NBA Today with Malika and Sinead is when I said it. I'm saying I tweeted back. You're absolutely right. It is egregious. It's unfair. It ain't right. You deserve better. But since when has that had anything to do with headlines on the back pages? Both of you, you've written columns for years for the Washington Post. You've been a professional athlete and an elite college athlete as well. You know there's plenty of things that are unfair.
And this is the fair use
the narrative, particularly on the back pages. That's all I was saying.
So that's what he said about all of that. Now, and this is what Kevin Durant was responding to. In the aftermath of these words, Smith decided to hop right back on Twitter, where he had a lot to say to the Nets superstar. Smith even tripled down on his previous remarks. Okay, stop the BS religiously. I've been on record calling you the best in the world. This is not about your game, and you know it. We all know you're great and you're a champion. We will celebrate that forever when you're done playing. Smith wrote, but right now, you are playing. Chapters are still being written. You're measured by what's taking place in the moment. And with all the stuff that's going on with Kyrie, if y'all don't win, but Steph does, the narrative in a lot of folks' eyes is that you left Steph to join him in Brooklyn, period. So basically he's saying, I don't wish it. I'm not rooting for it. I'm just calling it like I see it. And also based on what we've seen folks do for years, none of us get to control that narrative. We just have to call it for what it is. I meant no disrespect to you, and you dang well know it. I'm simply pointing out that you have to win, or else there's going to be narrative that you don't like. The Nets are your team. Folks will look to you. That's what comes along with greatness, which is what you clearly possess. You want to go back and forth, we can do that, but it ain't necessary. You know exactly what I mean. And if you're confused, you know the number. The last thing I am is hard to find. #respect. Smith then went on to say that players have to control their own narrative, and that if KD can't secure a victory for himself, then things will ultimately end poorly for him. At this point, these two probably won't find common ground. Okay. Now, this is what the problem is. What up, Joe Cool? This is what the problem is in sports. Sports is ran by narratives. The game is not played or controlled on the play, the field, or the court of play, whatever you like to distinguish it as, or how you would want to state it. Stephen A. Smith has been a coon forever. What up, Q? Stephen A. has been a coon. He's a thief. He's a bum, but that's my personal opinions of him because of him stealing my intro, him stealing from not just me, but other content creators, and running with those narratives on First Take. Now, my thing is players are unfairly judged. If you played the game and you didn't perform to the level that you're capable of, then yes, I will say, man, hey, they choked. But if you did what Kevin Durant did in the playoffs last year when Kyrie went down, James Harden was beyond injury. Like he was out there playing injured, not hurt. He was playing injured. And he still was trying to contribute. Kevin Durant, like with an inch of a foot, if his foot was a little smaller, they would have been going to the Eastern Conference Finals and potentially the championship because there was nobody, whoever won that Bucks and Nets series, nobody was beating that team, period. Kevin Durant, see, this is the narrative. First, you dissed him when he went to Golden State. Now you're trying to diss him because he left Golden State. Which one is it? Which one is it? First, you guys hate on him for going to Golden State. Now you hate on him for leaving Golden State. What is it? Like which is it? I don't understand anymore. This is why I don't watch these shows. I don't watch them. I didn't talk about it yesterday because I was in the back stream with everybody talking about real issues, not none of this stuff that the media tries to portray. Listen, the world is full of nothing but followers and narrative driven folks. I even see some of my people, my dogs, Cliff and Tracy, love them to death, on the mark. They're the ones who put me on. Carcino made me hot. His show made me hot. It's like that saying, Jay put you on, X made you hot. They put me on. Cliff and Tracy, shout out to them. Make sure you watch their show. I believe it's on Facebook and it comes on at night. I think Eastern time is like 8 or 9. Houston time is 6 or I think it's 5 or 6 or 7. Now, I've disagreed with my boy Cliff. That's my brother. We disagree. And and Cliff, if you watch this, bro, I don't take none of that personal. But I just see it because I see it off of what I see. I don't go off of what Stephen Coon Smith say or people say. Kevin Durant left OKC to go to Golden State because he wanted to win a championship. All of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, you're chasing rings. You're chasing rings. And it's like when LeBron did it or any other athlete did it, it's considered, oh, well, they're just trying to win. Their situation, they weren't getting the talent from the GM or the organization, so they had to go somewhere else that may attract free agents. Why couldn't that be for Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant was not going to get a free agent player to come to that team in OKC that was of importance. Like OKC is the middle of nowhere. It's really a college town. That's all it is. It's very boring. Cleveland as well. Cleveland is very boring. That's basically a hick town as well. Cleveland is very racist. Bear would agree with that. So would Rod B. And then I'm seeing these content creators talk about, well, Kyrie's legacy is hurting because of he's not with LeBron. No, Kyrie's legacy is not hurting. Kyrie has never been a problem. The problem is that the world and the media don't let things unfurl. They don't let things unwind. They try to create narratives and create different beefs. Like they're creating a beef with James Harden and Kyrie Irving. James Harden had to come out and tell everybody, no, I want to stay in Brooklyn. It's not even the All-Star break yet, but everybody's saying, well, Brooklyn's done because they're on an 8-game losing streak. They're on an 8-game losing streak because they're playing with a bunch of rookies and they don't have the teams they usually have. Kyrie only can play on the road. James Harden's been battling with injury all year. Claxton's been hurt. The whole team has been hurt. They're trying to get these young guys incorporated with the offense. They're trying to build experience with them. So then when it's time, boom, they'll be fine. Joe Harris was supposed to be back by now, but his injury is worse than what everybody expected. So people have to understand that this is nothing but the media trying to sell a show and a program. People have got to stop being brainwashed. People hate Kevin Durant because he left OKC and Russell Westbrook and went to play with Golden State. People didn't like Golden State. Why? Because they beat LeBron James. So when LeBron James finally beat them, which they screwed Golden State that whole series, everybody was happy. They were like, yeah, LeBron's back on top. Yeah, they're happy because LeBron fans and Jordan fans, it's the same thing. LeBron and Michael Jordan are the same player. They got all the calls. They catered the game to them. They changed the rules for them. They've stopped his organization that he's with, his Clutch Sports, have stopped players from going to certain teams to make the game easier for him to win. All of this is allegedly, by the way. This is allegedly. And the video I used of Stephen A. Smith letting his thing play, that basically was fair use. So this thing here with this narrative, Wanda Durant had to come out and say what she had to say as well to Stephen A. Smith. She basically went off on him like, you still out here talking, saying this, and then you basically gonna respond to her saying, yes, ma'am, I did do that. Yes, ma'am. Because you're wrong. See, Stephen A. is only doing this because it's a narrative. That's what fits ESPN, to tear down the athletes. My thing is this. What is so bad about him and Kyrie Irving? Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving have never been caught DUIs. They're not smoking green that I know of in the public for people to see. I don't see them out here doing things that's very egregious to the fabric of the game. They actually play the game how it's supposed to be played. But yet they don't get the love or respect because they're not LeBron. Why hasn't nobody really gotten on LeBron James? LeBron James has played some of the worst basketball this year. But yet everybody blames it on Westbrook. He has that ridiculous interview. Well, guys have to change for the coaching staff. LeBron, you don't change. When have you played off the ball for the whole game? When have you gone a whole game without the ball touching your hands? When? But yet you're going to criticize Westbrook into changing his game. Bro, you haven't changed your game. Your game is still dominate the ball 90% of the time, and everybody's a standstill shooter. You run that weak pick that you set just to get the ball back to do what you do. You don't play defense. You do more chase down stuff because you don't want to guard anybody head up. So it's like, what do? You trying to get on Westbrook, but what have you done? You haven't done nothing. Then you fake the injury, allegedly. You fake the injury just to go to a game or something to go chill. And Laker fans are tired of your crap. They've been calling you out. We got 8 people in here, only 4 likes. Make sure you hit the like button, y'all. Come on. This is more Adam Silver. Adam Silver went to this let's just promote LeBron thing. This is what's killing the league. You're not promoting your talent. You keep pushing this trash out here for everybody to watch. And this is the problem with Stephen Coon Smith. He's a coon. The dude he's been dropping it like it's hot, doing everything to try to make his bosses money, make his bosses happy. He's not a real guy. He's not a real analyst of the game. He wants to go after Kyrie and Kevin Durant because they don't have protection in the media. But he knows if he goes at any clutch sports player, they're going to be on his head. What up, Nerdy Blue? Nah, I ain't on vacation, man. I got a day off. My vacation ain't until a couple months from now. So my thing is this. Westbrook, everybody finally gives KD a pass for when he left Westbrook. But you guys were the same ones dissing Kevin Durant for leaving Westbrook. And I kept telling people, Kevin Durant, it wasn't the majority of Westbrook why he was mad. Kevin Durant didn't like the way they traded James Harden and how they just got rid of him. That kind of left a bad taste in his mouth. Then they got rid of Serge Ibaka the same way. And then Enes Kanter was around here dissing Kevin Durant, but the NBA, they're cool with that because he's a quote unquote white guy, which he's not. He's a Turkish bum who ought to be sent back to his country and get what he deserves. Because if we speak out against our country, we'll be destroyed and hate on. But he speaks out on his country, he gets protected by the US. What up, Fast Break? So that's my problem. I think he ought to go back to his country and get killed. It would happen to us. Like, we don't get no protection over here when we speak up. Kyrie Irving has spoken out for those who don't have a voice like him, but he's getting destroyed by that. Now, all of a sudden, they're saying, oh, well, we ought to get rid of the mandates. You think the mandates don't work? Right. Fast Break, chilling. That's the thing. The truth of the matter is that Stephen A is Pinocchio. ESPN is Geppetto. ESPN's Geppetto. They got the strings to Stephen A. They put him out there, making him say and do all of these things. And then from there, they're good. The Lakers have been looking like hot trash, but the only person they blame is Russell Westbrook. But yet, y'all don't blame LeBron for stat padding. Y'all don't blame LeBron for just playing for stats. No, they can't do that because why? That's their prodigal. That's their prodigal son. Oh, no doubt, Fast Break. I'm glad to be entertaining, man. Exactly. So they got strings to Stephen A. Smith to do and say as they want. And this is what they've always done. To me, the thing is this. Why are you so bent on going at Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant is hurt. Kyrie Irving never wanted to play with LeBron. It's not because of LeBron that they won the championship. It's because of Kyrie and it's because of the league for getting rid of Draymond Green for those games. Because Andrew Bogut got hurt and that really hurt them the next games. The refs are going to cheat for the Lakers and the trash. The NYC Jones, thanks for coming by, but we already know they're going to do that. I've been said that the Lakers, if they pushed, I want the Lakers to win the championship this year. I want the Lakers to go to the championship because you know why? It's going to show the corruption in the league. It's going to show that the league is corrupted and their ratings are going to go down further. And I hope NBA bankrupt. I hope the NBA bankrupts because they need to be humbled. You have been promoting LeBron James for way too long. You should have been promoting all these other guys. So I want the Lakers to go to the championship because I want them to win. So it'll show the corruption. Already people are seeing how the Lakers are playing these teams, how teams are actually getting screwed during the game and allowing them to win. And people are seeing that. There's people at my job saying, man, yeah, man, these guys are terrible. Excuse me. Still kind of tired. I'm probably gonna go to sleep after this. Right, Feltimore. The NBA is suffering from LeBron like the NFL is suffering from lack of hiring black coaches. Exactly. And Angel, you're right. If the Nets win this year, all they're gonna say is, "Oh, Kevin Durant couldn't do it without a super team or whatever." It's like this team's not even a super team. Kyrie and James Harden, as great as they are, they can't really do it without Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is the key and the cog of that team. Kyrie Irving is a guy who can play. They never gave Kyrie the chance to prove himself as the head guy. What they did was bring LeBron back, which he wanted to be traded, but Kobe talked him into not wanting that trade to go through. He told them, like, don't do the trade, just stay and play. And then when Kyrie decided to leave, you guys blasted him. You guys blast Kyrie. Y'all blast him all the time, but y'all let LeBron get a pass. LeBron has always traded his teammates. He's always kept drama up. His defenses on teams have always gave up big plays in situational basketball because this guy can't play defense. Shoot. Yeah, I want the Lakers to take an L too, but no, I want the Lakers to win. I want them to win so it'll show the corruption. It'll show the corruption on it's how they win. People are gonna see it. Even that bubble chip, people saw how they were screwing the Miami Heat. They barely beat the Miami Heat, and the Miami Heat had everybody hurt. Everybody was hurt on the Miami Heat. Everybody was hurt. And they barely beat the Miami Heat for that bubble championship. Yeah, LeBron's had over 100 teammates since he entered the NBA. But nobody calls that out. Everybody will call Kobe out or anybody else. Like I said, the league is doing for LeBron what they did for Michael Jordan back in the day. They give him everything. They let him do whatever they want. That's why Wilt Chamberlain, I always have him. He's a tier 1 player like Mike is, but I got him way over Mike. He's a way better player than Mike was because they tried to stop Wilt Chamberlain from winning. They didn't stop Michael Jordan from winning. And Stephen No Hairline Coon Smith, let me tell you something, you bum. Don't worry. One of these days, I'm going to have over 100,000 subscribers. Then I'm going to go to 1 million subscribers. And you know, when I hit 1 million and I hit those subscribers, I'm going to tag you in every video and I'm going to do you like you did Kwame Brown. I'm just giving you the heads up now what I'm going to do. I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to talk about you every day. I'm going to be a bug and nuisance until you actually respond. Because I'm so sick and tired of guys like you and Shannon Sharp getting away with talking about black athletes like you guys do. But at least Shannon Sharp talks about the other side as well, unlike you. You don't talk about Aaron Rodgers. You ain't have no smoke for Aaron Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers lied about getting the jab. You lied about it. Exactly. Belichick can't develop coaches. What up, True Emperor? Mike didn't have a super team. Michael had the NBA. The NBA was able to change the rules. They added expansion teams and they targeted the Detroit Pistons. They brought in the expansion teams to weaken the Detroit Pistons because that was the only team beating Michael every year. Michael couldn't beat the Pistons or Boston. But Larry Bird, his back went out on him because he was building his mom's yard. Look, listen, I'm going to put out the real story on Michael Jordan. I'm going to debunk all of these Michael Jordan nut huggers. You know, shout out to Ticket TV, got great content, but he's one of them Jordan nut huggers that I have to put on blast. Too Raw for TV, great work, does a lot of work, but I'm gonna have to put him on blast because he's a Jordan nut hugger. And I'm going to get on these LeBron James nut huggers. I'm going to destroy LeBron James too. I'm gonna come out with the video. And it's going to be very explosive. You see, Michael Jordan, what people don't understand, Michael Jordan was supposed to him and Magic were supposed to play against each other like back to back, and they were gonna have Magic win the next one, and then Mike was gonna win the next one. It was gonna be a back and forth between them, and then 94, 95 season, you know, Michael would have finally surpassed him. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to talk about it. Yeah, Mike had Pippen, good role players and everything, but dog, Michael, they changed the league for Michael Jordan, dog. When they moved the NBA from CBS to NBC, that was when it was Jordan's time. They sent rules specifically to the Pistons that it was going to be some rule changes. Yeah, the Lakers got pushed because they screwed the Blazers. If the Blazers would have played the Bulls that first time around, the Blazers would have beaten the Bulls because the Bulls didn't have experience. That's why they let the Lakers get those first 2 games. The next 4 games, the Bulls just took it over because they knew they could screw them. Yeah, Hakeem and Jordan stopped Barkley, Ewing, Stockton, and Malone from winning a ring. But Hakeem Olajuwon was a better player than Michael Jordan. Period. He was more skilled. He could do more things with the ball in his hands. He also could rim protect and he could defend perimeter and post players. Hakeem Olajuwon was better, guys. Hakeem doesn't get the respect or love because Hakeem wasn't supposed to win. Hakeem wasn't supposed to win those 2 titles. Now, everybody said, well, HD, if Michael Jordan would have stayed, Houston would have won. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Houston would have beat Michael Jordan in the championship. I think the Bulls would have. That's because it's a team game. The Bulls would have beat the Rockets because of experience. But the only reason why the Rockets would have a chance and they would have gave the Bulls a run for their money is because the Rockets played like the Detroit Pistons. They ran a 3-guard rotation. Right. The league wanted Barkley versus Ewing in the 94 finals because the New York Knicks and the Phoenix Suns had a big melee earlier that year where Greg Anthony was in street clothes and he came on the court and threw hands. Hey, the Rockets might have beaten the Bulls, but we don't know. They probably could have, but we don't know. Michael Jordan's will is amazing. That's one thing I give Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has a undeniable will. You know, when he wants to win, he wants to win. He don't care. But I'm going to make that video. And it's not a video trying to destroy Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's a tier 1 player, but Michael's not great like everybody is. They're over glorifying Michael. Like they don't talk about the real about Michael. Yeah, it will go 7 games. The league wants the Lakers and Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. In the Eastern Conference Finals, they want the Nets and the Bucks. I think the NBA wants the Bucks to play the Lakers. I think they want Giannis versus LeBron James. That's what I think they want. I think they want LeBron and Giannis to play. But I don't know if the Lakers are going to make it because they're old and they're not good playing back-to-backs. Back-to-back games, they suck. Right, that's what I'm saying. Hakeem Olajuwon and Isaiah Thomas. I say Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is the only player in history. Him, Hakeem, and Kobe Bryant are the only players in history to win without a top 75 or 50 player. Well, a 50 player. But Isaiah, now they put Dennis Rodman in the top 75. So Isaiah had Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman deserved to be in the top 50. That's who should have been in the top 50. Yeah, LeBron don't play defense. Like Michael Jordan's the better player than LeBron. I mean, that's not the question, but what the league has done to both of them has protected them. The league protected Michael back in the day, his cheating on his wife, his gambling, his smoking stogies in the locker rooms and things like that. LeBron cheating on his wife. All this is allegedly, by the way. LeBron has cheated on his wife so many times it's not even funny, but he's being painted as the good guy. Kevin Durant, a guy who is a playboy, single, does his thing, but he's criticized and hated on because he's better than LeBron James. Kevin Durant did it his way. He didn't do it the way the league wanted. The league wanted Kevin Durant to stay in OKC or go to Boston. He didn't go there. He went to Golden State. He messed up their storylines. They just wanted to use Kevin Durant to push Steph Curry and LeBron James. But here's what's funny. Here's what's funny. The hell is this? What up, Donnie? Kevin Durant did it his way. The Cavs, they wanted him. LeBron James wanted, he was trying to recruit Kevin Durant on his team. But nobody brings that up. Everybody just says Kevin Durant's weak in the moves he make. No, he's not. The point of in sports is to win. Now, let's say Kevin Durant got traded to Golden State, or Kevin Durant got traded to a team that already had a superstar. Then what would happen? Y'all wouldn't hate then. Russell Westbrook asked to be traded, but he got a red carpet ride out of OKC. Kevin Durant did his time, honored his contract, but he's hated. He's hated though. That's what I'm saying. Kevin Durant did it his way. Yeah, Pippen ain't. Yeah, Jordan did too. Pippen ain't no. Yeah, I agree. Pippen's not a top 100 player to me. Um, well, I think Pippen's probably a 95, 96 player. Like he's in the top 9, the top 100. I would give Pippen that. Pippen was just not mentally tough. Fact, that's what I tell people. They wanted KD to have a super rivalry with LeBron, but he went to the Warriors and beat LeBron twice. That's why people in the league hate, but KD don't care. Exactly. That's what they wanted. They wanted it to be Warriors and LeBron, but KD, he basically stopped all that. And then Stephen A. Smith want to say, well, if you lose and Steph Curry wins, if Steph Curry wins, so what? Steph Curry won before Kevin Durant got there. Like, who cares? But when Steph Curry and them lost, which they got screwed out of that finals, who did they go call? They went to go get who? Kevin Durant. They all went to the Hamptons to get Kevin Durant. Steph Curry even flew there before he went to the Brooklyn Nets to talk to who? Kevin Durant. Because you know why? Kevin Durant's that guy. Every time I make this argument, well, why did the Warriors go get Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant didn't beg to go to Golden State. He didn't beg them to come get him. Golden State paid for Jerry West. Shout out to the great Jerry West. They paid Jerry West a huge boatload of money to go get Kevin Durant, to bring him back to the signing tables and get him signed. And guess what? Jerry West got Kevin Durant to sign to the Warriors. This is what I don't understand. Donnie's stupid. Derek Clark back. Katie wanted to take down LeBron, not join him. Yeah, they changed the rules for LeBron to get past the Pistons in 07. Right. They didn't change the rules. They basically got rid of Eric McDyess. They threw Antonio McDyess out the game because Antonio McDyess was locking LeBron up. So they had to get him out the game, and it was a bogus call. I don't know. I think what would have happened is the Warriors would. I mean, regardless, the thing is this: the Warriors went and got Kevin Durant. If Steph is so great as everybody say he is, why did he go get Kevin Durant? Why did they welcome Kevin Durant? Why did they deplete their bench? Why did they change everything to go around Kevin Durant? And then when Kevin Durant got hurt and Golden State still was winning without him, what was the narrative then, Stephen A? The year that they lost to Toronto, what was the narrative y'all were running with? You and all these idiots, and the delusionist. The delusionist is the dude Chris Simo, which is Christopher Moore, Cliff, and Germ. All three of them is delusional. What was the narrative y'all were running with Stephen A. Smith? Oh, the Warriors are gonna win without him. They really don't need Kevin Durant. Then when they played Toronto, Clay was going off. Clay get hurt. Oh, well, Steph Curry ain't all that because he couldn't carry the team with Clay or Kate. You see how they switch all these narratives? All they are narrative-driven people. It doesn't matter. Kevin Durant made Golden State a better team. He made them better. Unlike LeBron, who goes to a team, he makes them worse. Look at Russell Westbrook. Look at Anthony Davis numbers. Look at their numbers as a team. The Lakers are terrible because LeBron James don't make nobody better. He makes himself better. That's the difference between him and KD. When Kyrie and James Harden was out this year, Kevin Durant was out there with Cam Thomas, Sharp, Claxton, who's the other guy? Patty Mills, a team of no names out there, and he went on an 8-game winning streak. But yet, Kevin Durant doesn't make anybody better. It's like the stupidest thing I ever seen or heard in my life. They said the same thing about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant don't make nobody better. Then how did Kobe Bryant go to 3 championships and won 2? Because he made the team better, idiot. What are you talking about? The stat line doesn't tell you if you're making a team better. It's about the whole performance of the team that makes them better, that shows you if a player makes them better. Right. He was winning with 4 rookies on the floor. Have you ever seen LeBron play with 4 rookies on the floor? No, he gonna trade them. He gonna trade all 4 of those rookies for a veteran. Look what he did. He traded all them young bucks for who? Anthony Davis. And what do they got to show for it? A pandemic ring? So that's what we celebrate now, pandemic championships. He gonna trade all 4 of the rookies. LeBron gonna be like, I can't play with them. They're not good. They're bringing me down. Then they go to other teams. They ball out. Now people are looking stupid. But yet LeBron James is a great player. No, LeBron James is a tier 2 or tier 3 player in history. He's not even top 100. The guy's probably top 110 or 15 as a player. Now, if you want to talk about talent, he's a top 5 talent. But if we're talking about player skill-wise, he's not a top 100. LeBron can't win with veterans. LeBron can't win with veterans. Damn. We need to have a panel on this. The KD hate is just too much. We do. They hate Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant could walk out the house. He walked out the house wrong. He should have wore those blue shoes with that blue fit. He wore orange. He's a disgrace to basketball. That's what he gonna say next. That's what Stephen Coon Smith gonna say next. He's a disgrace to basketball because he wore blue shoes. He wore blue shoes with a blue outfit. He decided he wanted to wear red shoes with the blue outfit. He's a hater. If he would have wore the blue shoes instead, he would be considered a winner. Now, if Steph Curry wins in blue shoes while Kevin Durant wears red shoes, he would have made the biggest mistake of his life. I'm like, are we for real? The conference finals in 2016. What you mean, Daryl Clark? Oh, you talking about when they lost to Golden State? Yeah, when they lost to Golden State. Well, the reason that he came up small on offense is Kevin Durant was tired. Kevin Durant was tired that series because if you remember watching that game, Kevin Durant was carrying them on offense, and then defensively, he had to guard Harrison Barnes. He had to guard Draymond. Russell Westbrook, what happened is Russell was killing Steph the first games. The bench for the Golden State Warriors and Steph and them came alive. I don't really think he came up small. I just think that Golden State just beat him. Golden State came back and beat him. Like, we don't give teams credit. We always saying, man, these guys choke. They this and that. When sometimes the other team just came back and won. They just came back and beat them. That's just what happens. Yeah, they hate on Steph because Steph's the light-skinned. They hate Steph Curry because he's light-skinned, and the guy he's just a lovable guy. Like, the guy's not a bad boy. He's not a hate. He's just Steph. The blasphemy of you to do something of that vile nature is something I just cannot fathom. My God. Right. KD never lost to an unworthy opponent. Yeah. He never. Derek Clark. Yeah, Nerdy Blue. Derek Clark nailed it. The blasphemy of you to do something of that vile nature is something I just cannot fathom. My God. That's how he sounds. He sounds just like that. He sounds just like that. Stephen A. Smith problem is that he's been cooning for so long. He doesn't know how to come with his own stuff. He doesn't know how to come with his own thinking. He has to run with narratives, and that's the day we live in. We live in a day and age where the media has to where the media basically has to they always have to create a narrative to make it seem like this person's better than this person, instead of just letting the game dictate. See, if you let the game dictate what's great and what's not, you won't have all of this BS going on. And that's the problem. The game is messed up, man. And to me, Stephen Coon Smith is going to continue doing what he does best, is coon. That's all he's gonna do is just coon his way until the ball drops. He's still gonna be doing it. That's just who he is. That's just who he is, man. And it's real sad. Right. Like they do Giannis so bad, they don't even talk about Giannis. They don't even talk about Giannis. This is what I don't understand. They talk about LeBron, but they never talk about Giannis. It's like Giannis is one of the best players we've seen in a long time. He gets zero talkabouts. They only bring him up is when he's playing Kevin Durant or LeBron James or Steph Curry. They try to make him into this, oh, Giannis is such a good guy. And they try to make everybody else the anti-hero. Yeah, KD's coming back after the All-Star game. Yeah. He's just resting right now, getting everything together. Yeah, Giannis is a champion. That's what I don't understand. Giannis don't get no love, but yet everybody want to get mad talking about all y'all talk about is LeBron. Well, that's what a lot of you content creators do. Y'all just talk about LeBron. Like if you watch my channel, I barely talk about LeBron because LeBron is a trash player. I don't talk about trash players. I talk about great players. I talk about players who are good to the game. LeBron, Shaquille O'Neal, Scottie Pippen, the most overrated NBA players in history, in my opinion, continue to shine. Appreciate it, Professor X. I agree. LeBron, Shaquille O'Neal, Scottie Pippen are tier 2 or tier 3 players. Shaq is not in my top 75. He's like in my top 80 something or 90. Pippen the same way. Shaq was never a great player to me. Shaq was just the big guy who dominated lesser talent. There were no centers in the league with Shaq no more. And he was not putting up Wilt numbers. Everybody loved to talk about Wilt. Oh, he didn't play against no centers. Well, Wilt was balling without centers there. He still was averaging quadruple doubles. So why Shaq wasn't doing that? They changed the rules to help him. They allowed him to stay in the key for longer than 3 seconds. They allowed him to knock guys over and dunk on them. Why wasn't he averaging a lot of buckets a game? They only talk about Giannis when he plays KD just to trash on KD because he lost to Giannis. Exactly, One True Emperor. You are absolutely correct. Oh, absolutely, Daryl Clark. I would take Westbrook over Pippen with the quickness. And yeah, fast break, no skill. But yeah, Daryl Clark, I agree. I'll take Westbrook over Pippen. Westbrook was a way better player than Pippen. Bigger balls than Pippen, too. Westbrook is a top tier. He's a tier 2, but he's a top tier 2 player. Pippen's a bottom tier 2 player. Oh, yeah, I like that top 5. KD, Steph, Giannis, Luka, Embiid. Yeah, man. Luka been balling, dog. Luka has been balling. John Morant's in my top 5. I got KD. I got KD, Embiid, Joker, John Morant, and Giannis. That's my 5. I got KD, Giannis, Embiid, Joker, and John Morant. That's my 5. Luka's number 6 or 7 to me. Oh, right now, and legacy. Yeah, that's a good 5. No, Daryl Clark, you got a good top 5. I don't argue against it. I'm just doing my top 5. I love your top 5, Daryl Clark. That's a great top 5. Like, that's a top 5 I would never destroy. I'd be like, Daryl Clark, I respect that. I respect that top 5. But other people, nah. Other people, I cannot put them. Like if you if you would have had like LeBron in that top 5, then that's when I would have been like, Daryl Clark, what you doing? Yeah, Ja's coming. Like I said, Ja's in my top 5 for this year. But if we're talking about legacy, yeah, Steph Curry is top 5. Absolutely. But to me, if I would do it, I would do this generation. Like this generation of guys, to me, they're different from past generations. It's not really a lot of tier 1 players. Like Ja Morant's a tier 1 player. Luka's a tier 1 player. Trae Young, I still have to see more because he's looking more like a tier 2 player, but we'll see. Devin Booker has tier 1 talent, but to me, he's a tier 2 player because of his crying all the time. Like he whines too much. Giannis is a tier 1. Embiid to me is still he's still either tier 2 or tier 3. He got tier 1 talent, but he might be a tier 2, tier 3 player. Joker the same way. Joker has tier 1 talent, but he seems like a tier 2, tier 3 player to me. Yeah, I like that top 5, Emperor. Yes, Dame Dollar is a tier 2 player. Yes. Dame Dollar's a tier 2 player. I agree, Joe Cool. Ja Morant is the MVP. Ja Morant should be the MVP this year. No question. What he has done has been amazing. Right, Felton Moore, exactly. But that's what I'm saying, Felton Moore. Guys like you understand the game. These guys today are stupid. They go off of narratives and what the media tells them. Wilt battled better centers in his day than Shaq battled in his day. Willis Reed was better than David Robinson. He was better than Patrick Ewing. Willis Reed was better than the only guy he wasn't better than was Akeem Olajuwon. I think Akeem was slightly better than Willis Reed. Walt Bellamy was better than all these other guys. So is Bill Russell. What's up, Ryan Gilliam? Yeah, Luka does cry too much. My top 5 is Kidd, Kobe, Rodman, Duncan, Akeem Olajuwon. Oh man, that's the same 5 I got, Professor X. Damn. We think alike. I got Kidd, Kobe, Rodman, Duncan, and Akeem. Man, great minds think alike. Yes, Kawhi is a tier 1 player. Yes, Kawhi Leonard is tier 1. Yes, CL Life, they need to, but they ain't gonna do it because Ja's too real. He's too rugged. He's too much of a black man, an alpha male. They don't like alpha males. They want a beta. Yep, Wilt also battered Nate Thurman. Yep, Nate Thurman was raw too. That's what I'm saying. Wilt played against tougher competition than Shaq did. Shaq ain't battle with nobody. They go off of 2K ratings. That's true, Fast Break. Well, Katie out, Jaws my MVP as well. Boy cooking, but Embiid could be MVP. Yeah, One True Emperor, I agree. Embiid could be. KD, Steph, Ja, Giannis, Chris Paul right now. The Mac Mizzle show in the building. Make sure y'all go to the Mac Mizzle show. Mac be on there higher than Giraffe Ussy. I'm close to your edge so the parents can come push me. Hi, kids. His name the Mac Mizzle. He higher than Giraffe Ussy. He close to the edge so the parents can come push me. My boy Matt Mizzle cursed so much just to get on their nerves. He got kids acting a fool from the traps to the burbs. Since his filthy mouth won't fight cavities or beat plaque, so he shot the tooth fairy and took his old teeth back. It's the chicken in the beer that keep Mac Mizzle snapping. With so much pork on his fork, he don't even speak pig Latin. Mac Mizzle, B-boy, hi. My boy Mac Mizzle say, yippee-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yi-yo. If you can't swim, don't smoke my hydro. Yeah, that's Ludacris, Nerdy Blue. Hi, my name's Ludacris. I'm high as Giraffe Ussy. I'm close to the air so your parents can come push me. I curse so much just to get on their nerves. I got kids acting a fool from the traps of the burbs. Since my mouth won't fight cavities or beat plaque, so I shot the tooth fairy and took my old teeth back. I take it on the equator, the size of a crater, and make government officials breathe harder than Darth Vader. It's the chicken in the beer that make Luda keep snapping. With no pork on my fork, I don't even speak pig Latin. Man, Luda was a monster back in the day. Yeah, man, Luda is hella underrated. Luda is hella underrated. Oh, that's a nice top 5, Ryan. Allen Iverson, Kyrie, D Wade, Kawhi, Paul George. I don't agree with Paul George, but everybody else is cool. Yeah, Joe Cool. Shaq dunked on Chris Dudley. Chris Dudley was finna get up and beat Shaq up. Chris Dudley was finna throw them hands. He was ready. Chris Dudley was finna go slap the hell out of Shaq. Because Shaq dunked on him and then pushed him. Dudley threw the ball at him. Luda was raw back in the 2000s. Yeah, Nerdy Blue, Luda was a monster. Luda was a beast back in the day, and then that's when Luda cut the braids. That's when Luda went downhill. After he cut the braids, I was like, yep, he's gone corporate. Whenever somebody cuts their hair, they go corporate. The only dude to keep their hair and still be corporate is Snoop Dogg. That's it, really. After 2011, the sports media haven't been the same. I agree, Professor X. Mac Mizzle like Luda gave it to Drake and Big Sean. Oh yeah, he did. That bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, Luda murdered both of them. Drake and Big Sean couldn't. Luda is too creative and he's too animated for Drake and Big Sean to battle him. Like Big Sean, as far as bars, he could go at him, but you got to know the energy, the delivery, Luda destroyed them. They can't survive Ludacris. He was pissed. Yep, he was. Yeah, Ludacris new stuff is trash. That's what I'm saying. When Ludacris cut his hair, dog, trash. If y'all see me with my hair cut, they came and got me, dog. They got me, dog. If my hair is cut, they gonna be like, man, HD done changed. He done went corporate. HD done went corporate. If you see me with the haircut, yep. Y'all see me with the haircut. Top 5 is Jared Dudley, Scalabrini, Caruso, Perkins, and Dante Jones. Daryl Clark wins. He got the best top 5 on here. What up, Felion Curry? What's up, Chris Dudley? Arguably one of the worst free throw shooters ever. I read that. I actually like Luda grew his hair back though recently. Man, I hope he grow it back because he ain't been the same fast break. Oh, what up, Dion? You finally caught alive, man. Chilling. Redman, Missy, Buster, Luda, and M. Yep. Redman was that guy. I'm the one that started that rah, it, that get all out, it. He murdered Busta Rhymes. He told Busta Rhymes, I'm the one that started that rah, it, that loud mouth, it. Dudley got Shaq first, though. Man, Dudley, man, listen. Dudley need to go wash LeBron's drawers. That's what he need to go do. Chris Dudley did get Shaq first. You right, Curry. Yeah, he did. I remember. Dudley did get Shaq first. He smashed on Shaq. And Shaq came down the court, dunked on him, and pushed him. And Dudley threw the ball at his ass. He's like, motherfucker. Dudley was ready for the smoke. I thought Chris Dudley was finna be like, let's go, Shaq. Let's go, Shaq. Because you know Shaq can't fight. Yeah, Daryl Clark, DMX also. Man, Dudley can't, man, Shaq can't fight. I think Chris Dudley would have gave Shaq the business. Because Shaq cannot fight. Shaq threw that one punch at Brad Miller, missed that dude whole head. He just, and then just laid on him. Terrible. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have some more videos for y'all today. Thank y'all for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can go to the description box, hit my Cash App link, and basically donate $1, donate $1 million. You guys can use the Cash App. You guys can use the super chat. The super chat works on here now. So whenever we go live, y'all can punch that. Right, he did try to punch Barkley. Yeah. Yeah, Shaq can't fight. But yeah, man, thank you for listening. Live Boy and Deezy. We out this beach.